Hi there, and today we're going to learn about how to create a multi-column layout in Wix. So here I am in my Wix website dashboard, and in order to go to the website editor, you just need to click on Edit Site, and then it will automatically open in a new tab. But I already have mine opened right here. And then, in order to have like a multi-column layout in Wix, what we need to do is that we need to add a strip. So for example, I will add a section right here, and then I will click on Add Elements. We can choose the strip option right here, and then choose anything that you want. For example, this one. And then we can go ahead and change the background color later. So here is the strip added to my section. And then in order to create like a multi-column layout or multiple columns, you can go ahead and right click and then click on Add Column. And then as you can see, now I have two columns in my section. And then for example, I can change the background color of the other column. For example, none. And then as you can see, now I have a column that is in a white background. And then for this one, it has no background, so it uses the default background of the website. And then what you can do is that you can also click on layout, and then if you want to change the layout of the content right here, but you can also click on the whole strip right here and then click on layout so that you can change the column proportions. We have an equal proportion currently. You can change it to 33:66. You can also reverse the layout if you want. You can also have the 25:75, 20:80, 40:60. And then you can reverse the layout if you want to as well. And then if you want to have like a customized proportions, for example, I will choose 33:67, so it will automatically adjust according to the value that you have entered here in the customized proportions. And then when you add them together, they are 100%. For the spacing, you can also change it if you want to have some padding and then some column spacings between the columns. So for example, like this. But I will just choose 0 pixels. And then for the padding, this applies to the section right here. As you can see, there will be like a padding for your strip. And then I will just choose 0 pixels as well. And then we can also make this into like a 3 column. You can just click on Manage Columns, and then you can click on Add Column again. And then you can change the layout if you want it to be an equal proportion, or like 25:25:30, 20:20:60, 30:30:40, 25:37:37. Or if you want like a custom proportion, for example, I'll make this 10, and then I'll make this one 10 as well. And then as you can see, it will look like this. And then you can just choose a specific proportion that you want to use for your section. So for example, 20:60:20 right here. And then you can go ahead and customize the look of your layout. So for example, I will add a white background for this column as well. And then what we can do is that we can customize it further by adding an image. So for example, let's show more free images from Wix. Then maybe like a vector art. Then for example, like a circle. And then let's choose maybe this one. Click on Add to Page. And then we can add this to our columns at the side. So let's customize this one. And then for the middle column, we can add like an image. For example, this one. Click on add to page. And then you can go ahead and add like the title. Let's edit the text right here to align at the center. And then we can also add like a button. And then this is an example on how you can customize the multi-layout column here in Wix. And then if you go to the mobile version of the website, this will also be shown in the mobile version. So this is a responsive strip, and then as you can see, it looks like this one. So it is similar to the desktop version, just that the columns are now in vertical format instead of a horizontal format. And then that's it. That is how we have a multi-column layout here in Wix. I hope you learned how to use it and you can just play around with it. And thank you for watching.